You're gonna regret it, mark my words. This video today is all about waiting to buy a home. And if you're somebody that has been considering buying a home in the Surrey neighborhood, I wanna arm you with some facts and some real information about why you probably should consider doing this as soon as you can. And no, this isn't a sales video. I don't care if you buy a house with our real estate team. I just care that you buy a house. Because after I arm you with the information in today's video, I think you would be absolutely crazy to not get into the real estate market. And let's just screech the brakes right now from all of the legions of armies of people out there waiting for the real estate market to crash, the inevitable crash that is apparently coming and is supposed to be coming soon. And I see the comments for my videos. I know who you people are. I'm gonna give you zero opinion in this video and just arm you with straight up data. So if you're someone that's been putting off buying a home, this video is definitely for you because we are going to arm you with the data that you need. We're gonna give you all the information that you need to know. And better yet, you're gonna have the tools that you need to get started. And make sure you hang around to the end of this video because I've got something really awesome for you if you are a first-time home buyer or somebody new to the buying process. And I'm gonna let you know how you can get your hands on our brand new free, for the moment, BC Homebuyers course, up to 3 hours of instruction on how to buy a home right the first time. So stay tuned for that as well. Let's get into it. So if you don't own a home in the Lower Mainland, you are already starting out at a complete disadvantage to everybody else. We are challenged with an immense land scarcity in the Lower Mainland, meaning we don't have all this ways to build out like some other cities across Canada. We have to build up, which tends to make land very expensive. We also live in a world-class city with a very high quality of life and a very strong economy. And all this doesn't help somebody like you trying to get into the housing market. As the naysayers sit at their computer screens and scream,
"The market is going to crash."
Not only do I ask when, but I also ask, well, when does that stop being true? Does that mean that the market is just gonna keep on going down inevitably? Or is there a point in time where your predictions are just plain out gonna be wrong? And you, like the rest of us, watch the market continue to go up in value. The reason I ask this, of course, is because this has happened every single time throughout the history of the Lower Mainland. When prices have fluctuated, they have recovered way higher than where they dropped from. The fact is, you are going to lose every time, especially as a first-time buyer, that you try to time the real estate market. And we've done many videos of this in the past on our channel where you can go back and you can look at the data. And every single time, we've been absolutely right. Whether that's you buying a home at the very peak of the market and buying 6 months later when prices had dropped but mortgage rates had absolutely skyrocketed, or the video I shared with you on the #1 mistake I see first-time buyers make all the time, or even the one about what rents are doing right now. And that's part of what we're going to talk about. Unless your name is Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos, there is no denying that most people have made the majority of their wealth through buying real estate and through owning real estate. Two of the primary reasons for this are, #1, you need somewhere to live. That is not an option. You have to have a roof over your head. It is a must-have for absolutely everybody, no different than eating food. #2 is when you invest in real estate, whether it's for yourself or for income purposes, you have the opportunity to put a small amount of money down and pay the carrying costs, or better yet, have somebody else pay the carrying costs and let that asset grow in value. That's a pretty good deal, right? So here's some facts that I want to throw at you. The first one is we need inventory and we need it badly. Not having inventory is exactly what has caused this issue in the first place. I mean, there's many reasons this has come to fruition over the last couple of years, but not having enough property is the #1 driver. The reasons for this are simple. Between NIMBYism, which means not in my backyard. I don't want a big condo building going up in my detached home community. Municipal red tape is a huge problem. And not only the red tape, but the costs that go to the municipalities to build new homes is absolutely
insane.
We've done videos on this in the past too, if you want to check them out. And one of the biggest challenges that we're going to have right now is there needs to be profit for a developer. A developer is not in the business of creating homes for people just out of the goodness of their heart. There has to be profit. Otherwise, why would they put their money at risk? Between the surging cost of labor to build a home, the cost of materials absolutely skyrocketing and the municipal fees and charges just to build property, developers are standing on the sidelines right now, waiting to see what happens. Speaking of needing new inventory, BC is estimated to be welcoming 217,500 new immigrants to our province between 2023 and 2025. This is all related to the federal government's immigration plans, which are incredibly aggressive. Because of these estimates, the British Columbia Real Estate Association estimates that we need an additional 43,000 homes over the next 5 years. This is due to the rising immigration that is going to come to British Columbia. And of course, where do you think the majority of that is going to end up? Of course, in the major municipal centers. They say that we need 25% more homes than what are currently being built right now just to meet this demand. Because there's an inventory shortage, this also now means that rents are going up. And you've heard all about this on the news, in the newspaper. It's everywhere. How hard it is not only to find a rental, but also the incredible cost of renting a property in the Lower Mainland. According to rentals.ca, a one-bedroom in Vancouver now costs $2,800 per month to rent, which is up 14.7% in just 1 year. And in the city of Surrey, where my real estate team services, a one-bedroom now costs $1,930 per month, up 10.1% year over year. Talk about inflation, right? Here's a message though for anybody that is living in a rental right now, and I really hope you hear this because I see so many people get tricked by it. If you think you're secure in your rental, you're not. There becomes a point in time where a landlord is going to have to make a decision to remove you as a tenant if it is not making financial sense, because they are not in the business of providing a subsidy for you to live there. They're in the business of making money. Unless you are living in your parents' basement, you will be at some point removed from your rental. In fact, this just happened to a bunch of seniors who live on the Scott Road area of North Delta and Surrey border. Regrettably for these poor people, they weren't paying very much in rent, and the landlord was limited in the amount that they could raise the rent each month because of the provincial government's policies. So the landlord was left to provide options to the tenants. Either I put the units up for sale and have somebody else buy them, thus removing you from the unit, or you need to significantly increase your rental payments, and it was by a lot of money. The last point to touch on is the market has absolutely never failed us in terms of going up long term. Of course, it fluctuates short term. That would be crazy to think that is not the case, but long term, it has never failed. Plus, we're not day trading real estate here, people. We're not buying something and then selling it 3 months later. That's not what you do when you own a home for yourself. The average owner typically lives in the first home they buy for anywhere between 5 to 7 years. And here's the funny thing, in the Fraser Valley as an example, since 2005, we have never seen the prices be lower 5 years after someone purchased a home. It's always been consistently higher. And the chances of that happening again, well, I'll leave that up to you to decide. I'm going to leave you with one last thought. And this is something that's been sticking with me for the last few months as we've watched the real estate market really start to bubble up and get busy again. I want you to imagine that the demand for homes in the Lower Mainland is somewhat like the ocean coming against the beach. As the mortgage rates have gone up, it's almost like we're pushing this wall of sand on the beach, trying to stop the water from progressing forward. Every time we push a little more sand on that wall, meaning the mortgage rates have gone up, the water, or in this case, the market, has just completely pushed it down. As soon as the mortgage market started to settle, people came back in droves. This just shows the amount of demand for owning a property in the Lower Mainland. Rates are up almost 4.5% since the peak of the market back in the spring of 2022. The market did fluctuate a little bit, of course, but since January of this year, we are up about 8.6% in value in only 6 months. That's unbelievable. So if you get anything out of this video, it is to stop waiting. Stop waiting and get into the market. Buy your first home. Do not try and time it. But maybe I missed something. I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment below and let me know. Was it a great decision for you to buy your first home? Has it helped incredibly to set you up financially? Or maybe it was a massive mistake. Let me know in the comments below. Did I miss something? And while you're down there, I want you to check out my new BC Homebuyers course. This is something that we just launched and we put a lot of time into it. It's over 3 hours of course material to help you buy your first home and do it right the first time. It's available available right now for free, and it's probably not going to be free forever because I really put it out there for free because I want to get some feedback on the course before I launch it for consumption all across the province. So I'd love for you to sign up, check it out, and definitely let me know what you think. Links below. And lastly, if you're someone out there who is looking to either buy or sell their home in the Surrey, BC area, and maybe you're a little lost or unsure about the process or the next steps, or you have questions about the market generally, there is a link below to access my calendar where you can book time to speak directly with me, and we'd love to help you with whatever questions or needs that you might have. Hey, look, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the incredible videos we're releasing on a weekly basis, and we'll definitely look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers.